Alrighty, what I'm doing today is this is my old cluster display. What I need to do with my new one is to get under here, peel this sticker part off, and cover display. And you can see there's little LEDs in there. Now my new cluster, some of those little LEDs that are soldered to the motherboard or to the main board is not working, so I need to get access to it. Now I'm going to probably break this one in the process of trying to work out how, but somehow I need to get under these needles. Now whether they lift off or this little sticker here can peel off, I don't know. I've asked the question a few times in a few places and nobody seems to have an answer for me. Nobody knows what the answer is, rather. And there's a couple of spots on the back that looks like I can push a pin into or something. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to try and pick and poke and whatnot, and yeah, see how I go. Okay, let's zoom in a little bit here and hopefully the camera doesn't fall over on me. So there's the first needle I took off the tack, That was actually quite easily. I could not take it off like this. I cannot take it off like that. But get a blade screwdriver right underneath it there, and I could pop it off. Oh, not the Speedo one. I'll try and work it a little bit, There we go. So that's the Speedo one. So it could be fun putting it back together. Let's have a look. So physically, oh, that's not too hard actually. So if the Speedo, so I'll put it out. Okay, say that's what I did. To put the Speedo back to normal, put the needle on, not all the way, swing it around, and that's where it stops right there. I'll just keep on moving it myself. It's not turning the needle inside. I can feel the force against me. I'll bring it right down to zero myself here. That's it, and then I'll just push that on, and then my Speedo will be back to normal. Okay, so that's not a bad find. That's how you go about replacing that sticker there. You do damage, I did damage to the surface there, so probably using something with a little bit more protection, something like this. Put that under there first. Now this is a temperature gauge. It goes as far, only goes so far one way. Yeah, it's a bit stubborn. Here it comes. Yeah, and that's how you get that off. And I didn't damage the display this time. So I'll do the same to the last one. This is the fuel gauge. Now, I'm not responsible if you do this yourself and everything screws up. I'm just showing you on mine, and mine's been successful so far. So fuel gauge again, only goes so far to empty. You can go right off the chart past full, but it rests back onto empty itself. So they're not hard to put back on and find out, reposition them so they give you the correct reading. Pull that out of there. Turn. I can feel it lifting now. There we go. And I didn't do any damage to the face sticker there, which is good. So now we want to get this off. So when you buy them on the internet, the different coloured faces, this is what you'd have to do. I wouldn't. I quite like the black face, so I'd keep that. And there's the back of it. That's cool. Alrighty, put that over there for a second. So there's quite a few lights in here actually that you can't replace without taking this apart. Look at this, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 lights that you can't change without pulling this apart. So being that they're 12 volt lights, I'd first have to find out which way is positive and which way is negative on them. I'll use the camera to zoom in on these so I can see if there's a pattern difference. Yep. So you can see that the top part is different to the bottom kind of like rounds it. So I'll find out which side of that is negative and which side of that is positive. So I'm just going to put a little bit of a cheat on that, I think. Let me set the camera back over here for a minute. And just get myself set up with a couple of wires and I'll start recording again. So I'm going to test this. And I'm just going to start off with 1.6 volt. I'll tap on these lights, and because sometimes there's a resistance on the other side. Well, with other devices there's sometimes a resistance with these type of bulbs, and they're generally a 1.5 volt bulb with a resistor on the opposite side to take up the 12 or 14, whatever it may be. Anyway, so I'll start testing with 1.6. If I get nothing, I'll up it another 1.5 volt and so forth until I find out which side is positive and which side is negative. Could probably do this with a multimeter, but it's quicker this way. Alright, positives on the bottom, the little red lights. I can't show you, but no, I will try though. Sorry about the procrastinating video. I don't like making videos that keep on talking. But I just want to show you this. Shut up. Crap. Hang on, I've just got to put this camera on. So positives down the bottom of these lights. I'll do that check with all of them. That beep you're hearing is just my device here telling me that I've tapped the two wires here together. See? That's all that's doing. So actually I'll get this perspex off and then I'll do more testing. Okay, so take this perspex sheet off. There's 5 screws holding that on, and we're getting to the bottom part in here. Not too sure how that part there comes out. There's another screw in there that's holding. Oh yeah, see. I'll show you this. That one screw there out. Looks like the whole thing comes out. that's 6 screws taken out altogether, and this top piece here was only 4 screws that I had to take out of that. There were 2 screws hold this white plastic part here down, actually the whole thing. Let's get in there and have a look at this, eh? Oh, I see how that worked there. Okay. It's a pity I couldn't change that piece. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. That's not good. I'll explain why. You see these parts here? They're like a digital readout. Now, if I don't look after that and make sure that nothing gets on that, when I put it back on, it'll never work. I've come across things like that one before. That's where it went on to here. Now, what would be good is if on the new cluster display, which obviously I can't, if I could change that, because this here has the distance till empty reading in it. When you press the button here, you can go to DTE. I really like the DTE option. Anyway, different cluster, different options, and that's where the contact is actually for the when you're changing it, so it's not in the display anyway. It's mucked up in the rest of the board. So you take this out. That's that little bug out beep 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 every time you run low on petrol or overheating or something. It's a little one that's making all the beeping sounds. For people who don't know how to drive, they need the beeps. Rather, that people don't know how to read their cluster display gauges or don't look at them. That's what the beeping's for. Capacitor looks like it's a little bit bubbled there, so at some point in time that would probably need to be changed. We've got all my LEDs. There's a battery on the back here as well, so if you find that one day your display kind of like hangs or I suppose isn't ticking over your kilometers or whatever it does, if things aren't working and you've checked everything else, you could have a flat battery. So anyhow, I'm glad I got this far. I'll check to see if positive is on the bottom end of all these lights. Would be good if it is. Makes my life easier. That one's, yep, positive on the bottom. That's 2. That's okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pinch the lights off this one, and how I'll do that is I'll show you the one right now. Alright, so what I'm going to do is self a little pocket knife or whatever. This just happened down this the other day, so I'll use this, so it's nice and handy. I want to get in the, first of all, turn your iron on. Let's heat this up. I don't want to wait. Make sure you're working with a clean tip. Ever try to solder with a dirty tip? Don't like it. one side up. Oops. Yeah, that's the light off. So if we're looking at these little lights, and that's part of the reason why I tested which side it is the positive and negative, because I need to know the pattern inside there to remember that. And what we've got here is, that's what those little LEDs look like on the sides. They're just got metal contacts. So I could put this back on here if I wanted to, and I might just do that yet, put it all back together. But my my dash lights, with the new dash, there's a dark spot in the center, and the center clustered in the bottom, this part here, only stays lit while the parkers are off. As soon as I turn the parkers on, this part here goes out. So I'm assuming there must be like 3 lights there, 2 of them to make it bright, and then 2 of them would turn off when you turn the parkers on to make it dim, so you're not blinded by your cluster while you're driving. And I'd say the center bulb, hopefully, is the problem, is blown. So anyway, that's how you get to this far, guys. Then you can change it and so forth. Once you've got it all apart, you know how to put it back together. Just basically reverse everything I just did. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Till next time. Bye bye.